So last opportunity here, if you could show us any sign of your presence, that would be perfect. Knock.
We go here, we go there, we go just about anywhere, oh yeah. Adventure to anywhere. Are we there yet? Adventure to anywhere. Oh, I just missed the exit. We're going on an adventure, oh yeah. Woo! Oh yeah. Adventure to anywhere, oh yeah. Honey, I forgot the charger.
In search for our next adventure and looking for some haunted locations to investigate, my attention was drawn to St. Cloud, Florida. There were two interesting locations that had paranormal claims. The first was located at Peghorn Nature Park and Trail. There's an old cannery which some have claimed to have heard and seen some spooky things. The second was simply titled Haunted Creek at Jones Road. The name alone sounded like a horror film masterpiece. So this is the old I almost said Cannery. The old cannery. And yeah, this was used during World War II. Then I think it burned down, and then some college kids put some money in and restored it and all that fun stuff. So if there were to be any spirits, sometimes they're disturbed if something is, you know, when it's built and it's like rebuilt, or you know, the original structure of it is redone in some way. So we'll do some EVP sessions in here and see if we can catch anything. And this right here is an old schoolhouse, and though there wasn't any reports of any paranormal activity in this room, it might be worth at least doing a brief EVP session in here just to see if we come across anything. And this right here is kind of an old blacksmith, which is pretty cool, but as you can see, we're kind of chained off, so we can't go too far into it. So probably not worth any kind of investigation in here, but still very cool, very cool. So we've come down here to St. Cloud for two reasons. We've been looking all over for some good location for some ghost hunts. And so the two things that I found so far is, one is the cannery. There wasn't a whole lot of claims there, just that there was some noises that could be heard in there. And I mean, it's an older building and it's kind of open. I'm kind of imagining that some of that is just, you know, just nature making noises, but we'll find out. We'll do some EVP sessions in there, see what we can find. Second thing is it's Haunted Creek at Jones Road. And what's wrong?
Spider web. I didn't want to run into
I don't blame you. So here's the story with this place. So apparently, or what they think happened, so all of this is speculation. I did some digging to try to find some legitimate, you know, proof of this, but anyway, so there was a little boy in the 80s that was swinging on a swing by this creek. The swing broke and he died in the creek. So what they say is this spirit is angry, which that would make sense. If he was taken before his time, you know, that sometimes creates an angry spirit. But there is a claim that goes along with all this. The second claim is of a woman that had gone in to investigate, actually look for this spirit of this child. And apparently when she went in, she heard some brushing in the bushes behind her and stuff, and she followed around. Finally, she put her camera up, or her light up in the trees, and saw a boy sitting in the tree. And you know, she asked it to come down, and apparently it like drew claws and bore its teeth and jumped down and attacked the woman. And she claims that she still has a mark from it to this day. Now, ask me if I believe that. I want to be careful because, you know, there's things in this world we don't understand, and who knows what happened. I have a hard time with the story. I find it a little far-fetched. But we're gonna go check it out and see what we can find. There is the potential that, let's just say for the sake of argument, this is something. You know, what we could be dealing with more than likely is an angry spirit. And that would make sense because, you know, if this boy died way before his time, well, of course he's gonna be angry, especially if he resides in this place still. So that's one possibility. The other possibility is we're not dealing with this boy at all. This is something demonic. Because I saw somebody comment also on this, you know, near this creek, that it just had a very unsettling feeling and it felt dark and it felt evil there. So we'll know that when we get there. And the other thing is we could be dealing with a cryptid of some sort. Something that, you know, a creature of some sort. If it bore teeth and had claws, you know, that sounds more like a creature of some sort. So, you know, well, we'll find out. What do you think about these stories here? Are you looking forward to this investigation?
Yes and no. Sounds really creepy.
Before we started our investigation of the old cannery, we explored the walking trails of Peghorn Nature Park.
Check out this little makeshift little bridge thing to get you through the mud. Did it lift up on you? Yeah, it got me too. That's pretty cool. I appreciate that. Don't really want to get my new boots muddy. I feel like I'm playing a game of the floor is lava. No, the floor is just muddy. So we walked around and we kind of checked out the path. It was a very nice path, very nice walking path. But now we're going to go ahead and kind of set up some things, do some EVP sessions in the cannery and in that schoolhouse.
We performed our investigation of the cannery, and while we didn't find any evidence of the paranormal, we did learn that some of our questions and requests that we make to ghosts might sound slightly odd to any passerbys that may be listening.
I do invite you to push me, pinch me, slap me on the face. There's real people back there probably wondering what the hell we're talking about.
And we also learned that we're not easily tricked by outside noises.
So last opportunity here, if you could show us any sign of your presence, that would be perfect. Knock. The noise that we heard back there, which we know it was.
We took one last investigative sweep through the cannery, but we didn't capture any evidence of the paranormal. No, it wasn't until we started investigating the schoolhouse. That's when things started getting a little more interesting. At first, lights started turning on and off by themselves.
So these lights, a few seconds ago, were not on. Oh, see, and it just went off. They keep going on and off. Yeah, see that? See how they're going off? I'm pretty sure they're either, yeah, I hear a switch too, kicking. So.
Maybe motion was behind you.
Yeah, it's probably a motion. Okay, so there's a motion thing behind us. Still fun. Here, let's make it happen again. No? Hold on. Let's see. So Jill was standing there and she told me that the lights were flickering on. Thought it was a little strange, but yeah, it's just motion. So here, we'll show you. So as you can see, they are currently off. And there they go, they turned on. Mystery solved. Like I said before, this isn't our ideal situation. We usually like to do these kind of investigations later at night But again, you know, we want to respect the park hours and things like that. So Jill is going to open up the memo app so we can see if we can capture any EVPs in this room.
We began our investigation, and two interesting things happened.
Once, but if so, are there any of the teachers or children here that used to attend this school?
You probably missed it, because it was very hard to see. But right as I asked if there were any of the teachers or children present, what appears to be an orb flies by. Now, I've said this many times before. I'm not a big fan of orbs as paranormal evidence. Orbs can be anything from light reflections to bugs just flying by. But especially in this case, it was very easy for things from the outside to fly in. But we still wanted to share and let you decide.
Once, but if so, are there any of the teachers or children here that used to attend this school?
The next thing that happened was slightly more impressive.
Sometimes we like to communicate with people by playing games. We do knocks. So we're going to do a knock here. I'm going to knock one time. Now, if you can knock back, that would be great.
We didn't receive a response to the knock up front, so we continued on trying different methods of communication. On the teacher's table behind us, we found a list with students' names on it, so I began a roll call.
Elvin Warren. Louis Nobel. Tiny Stratton. Richard Krause. Just heard a knock. If that was you, can you do it again?
It didn't happen again, but the knock was loud and it most certainly came from within the room. Now, I'm not ready to call this paranormal per se, but if it was, I'm not sure if the knock was in response to my earlier request or if there was a trigger to one of the names I called out. What do you think?
Tiny Stratton. So now we're gonna hit the road and we're gonna head out to the creek, the haunted creek at Jones Road.
Ooh.
This part of the investigation was actually the whole reason why we came out to St. Cloud in the first place, so I was very excited to perform this investigation. But this is what we found.
Well, it looks like we won't be going here because it is now a private driveway and yeah, we won't be going in there. So, color me disappointed. I was very, very, very excited for this hunt that we were going to go on, and it just, you know, that area was just, I bet you once upon a time it probably wasn't that built up, but now it's, you know, it's a very suburban area.
Yeah. It's pretty new.
Yeah, it really was. I'm starting to get the impression, because I've been looking all over for good ghost hunts here in Florida. I'm getting the impression that the mouse has bought out all the ghosts. Disney has bought all the ghosts and they're not allowed here anymore.
They're just in the Haunted Mansion.
That's what it is. They're all in the Haunted Mansions. That's how they got 999. You want to see ghosts, go to the Haunted Mansion. There's 999 of them there. Well, we didn't find any ghosts, but we did find, whoop, where'd he go? There he is. We found this alligator. I'll take it. But sometimes with disappointment comes some great things. We found this little spot on the way back home, and it's beautiful, and we're gonna walk through it real quick and check it out and enjoy the evening and all that fun stuff. If anyone is in the Central Florida area and you know of any good spots to do any kind of ghost hunts, ghost investigations, anything like that, leave me a comment below, because I am really just coming up short. I've been digging and digging and digging, and I'm sure they're here. I'm sure I just haven't found them yet. There's a lot of paranormal groups that do work around here, and I do kind of check out some of the areas that they go. And there's still some of those that we can still check out. We're trying to find some of our own unique ones and stuff. But like I said, so far, every time we think we have one, we go to the location and it's not there. Ghost 0, Ducks 3. Look at those guys. Why are they so beefy? This one's coming at me. This one is coming at me. Seriously, but I don't know that I've ever seen ducks that big.
They're so adorable. Look at them.
They're so beefy. Those are like those are the bro ducks, you know? They hit the gym. Like, let's go out for a swim, boys, yeah! Ghost 0, Gators 2. You know, that's life though, right? Sometimes you expect one thing, but you end up getting something that you didn't expect, and it's still just as good. Anyway, you can barely see us now because it's really dark. So we're gonna get back to our car and we're gonna head back home. This is Adventure to Anywhere. Thanks so much for watching, and everybody have a great night and help me find some ghost hunts.
Thanks for watching.